Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
With so much to talk about. Just an awful lot going on, as usual, but maybe even more so today. Wow. I mean, the cabinet picks are driving the left out of their mind. They've really gone into overdrive on the Pete Hegseth thing. That guy is responsible for every evil on this planet. I don't know if you're aware.
Every evil. Yes. I did not realize that it was every evil.
All of them.
Wow. Yeah, Republicans have to hold the line. They absolutely have to. Because if you think they're going to stop if they get his scalp, you're crazy.
Yeah, but Keith, he's responsible for every piece of evil.
So he has to be stopped. I mean, the guy's been drunk every minute of his life. I don't know.
I mean, hey.
I don't know if we can have that.
We can't have that,
right?
We can't.
And he's made love to every woman on the planet. I mean, impregnated most of them.
On one hand, you think
that's
good for him.
Yeah.
Second, you think, okay, well, no.
Mm-hmm. It's incredible, the guy.
Did you see this Washington Post headline? Bronze stars like those Hegseth earned are common among military officers.
Oh, my gosh.
Supporters point to his wartime decorations and declaring him qualified to lead the Defense Department. Military experts say that doing so distorts those medals' significance.
Wow.
What'd that come from?
Washington Post.
That is insanity. Wow. They even have to attack bronze medal winners now.
It's pathetic, dude.
Oh, my gosh. That is, hadn't seen that. That's incredible. Jeez. It was so bad. David from on MSNBC yesterday was talking about how if you're too drunk for Fox, you're incredibly drunk. I don't know, some nasty comment that just generalized the fact that all the Fox hosts are drunk all the time.
Drunk, right.
And they even took some time to apologize for that and walked that back a bit. Yeah. It was on Joe and Mika's show, I guess. And, I mean, if it goes too far for MSNBC.
No kidding.
That's amazing.
I mean, if Joe and Mika are making somebody walk something back.
Yeah. You know, I think they're worried. You know, the lawyers probably got in their ear. Well, okay, you want a defamation lawsuit here?
I heard a report yesterday, I think it was the New York Post, people were says that he shored up the support of the 6 senators. But then after that, I saw that, no, those 6 senators aren't on board. So help me, they better get on board. But, I mean, it's been conflicting information coming out of D.C. But if these senators can vote for people like Rachel Levine and the other weirdo up there, and Jodi Ernst voted for Lloyd Austin, you sure as hell better get behind Pete.
Yes.
Well, she wants it for herself.
Of course she does.
So she's disparaging Hegseth, and it's like a one-person crusade now. Well, not one. She's like a 1 billion person crusade. She's got a lot of help, and you know, I can't imagine how anybody's going to survive this. How do you, if he doesn't get confirmed, what happens to your career after this? You've been so disparaged, and they've attacked you from every single direction, where they even drag your mother into it and hack or use emails that have already been denounced by the person who sent them. Everybody's apologized and made nice over it, and now from something 7 years ago, you dredge that up and act as if it's proof that this guy isn't fit for office. It's despicable. It's absolutely despicable. But here was Hegseth yesterday making it pretty clear he doesn't have any plans to withdraw.
Excuse me. Spoke to Trump this morning, a few minutes ago. Supports his fully.
How are the meetings going?
Great.
How did the meeting with Ernst go?
It was constructive, candid.
Oh, look
So
at him.
he's still
He
got
can barely walk. He's so drunk.
Did you hear that though? He said Trump told me to keep going.
Yeah.
He still supports me. And then I guess what did he say? The instructive and candid were his meetings with Jodi Ernst, who is now suddenly kingmaker, which I do not get.
Yeah.
Instructive and candid. Okay. Well, good.
Or maybe he's a I don't know.
And here's what Ernst herself had to say.
Okay, it doesn't sound on your answer that you've gotten to a yes. If I'm wrong about that, correct me. And if that is the case, it sounds to me as if the hearing will be critical for his nomination. Am I right about that?
I think you are right. I think for a number of our senators, they want to make sure that any allegations have been cleared, and that's why we have to have a very thorough vetting process. And that's why I was happy to sit down with Pete and have that conversation with him yesterday. So again, all I will say at this time is that we did have a very thorough discussion over a number of those issues. And the vetting will continue, I am certain, through the next month or so until we approach that hearing date.
Wow. Okay. Jeez. Well, let's flash back to Jodi Ernst and trans military members.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of defense secretary she would be, since that's obviously what she's wanting to do.
No doubt terrific.
So the example of transgender people serving in our military, we have transgender people serving in our military. They will bleed red just as the rest of us. Yeah. But I also take a stance that we should not be integrating transgender people into certain situations where it does make, if you have a female barracks and you have a transgender woman who has not transitioned, we shouldn't make the rest of the unit uncomfortable about that setting. There are certain accommodations we can make for that transgender individual. But if they bring value to our unit, if they have specialties that we can use, especially if we want to maintain an all-volunteer force, we want to bring that talent into our services. And I know that's controversial, but again, I'm looking at what's good for our nation. And believe me, when we're facing a recruiting challenge right now, if people are physically willing and able to serve our country, we want them to do so.
I think it's a little discriminatory. It should be an all-trans military.
Of course, the trans people aren't going to want their separate barracks.
No, they don't want that.
They don't want that. But I mean,
in fact, I think we should go to an all-transgendered military. You should have to be a trans person in order to become a member of the military. It should be mandatory.
Don't give them any ideas, bro.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's amazing. So that's good stuff.
You know, I was bugging Steve Deace earlier this week to run against the 972-year-old Chuck Grassley. But, no, I think we should recruit him to run against Jodi Ernst, I believe. And he actually did finally. I think we're wearing him down. He responded last night. He said that if Donald Trump endorses him,
he'd run?
He'll run. So,
all right.
We'll see.
And here was Senator Rick Scott.
Good morning. So I just had a great meeting with Pete, the next Secretary of Defense. I'll tell you why I support him. I admire people that are willing to put on the uniform and lead troops in a battle. I'm very proud of my father. He's one of 3,000 people that did all 4 combat jumps with the 82nd Airborne, and after that fought in the Battle of the Bulge. I'm very proud of him. Same way I'm proud of Pete. There's not a lot of Americans that have been willing to put on the uniform and have actually led troops in battle and brought them back safely, and knows people that lost their lives, knows people that are injured. When he goes to the Department of Defense, he'll walk in with the mentality that he's going to take care of our warfighters. He's going to make sure they have the right equipment and they're not put in harm's way when they shouldn't be put in harm's way. He's not going to support forever wars. He's not going to support going into battle where we don't even have a plan. So I think he's going to do a great job. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure he's confirmed as the Secretary of Defense. I think we all have to really appreciate the people that are willing to put on the uniform and defend the freedom of this country. Thank you.
Rick Scott's obviously unaware that everybody gets a Bronze Star.
That's correct.
He's obviously clueless on that, right? And a Bronze Star. That's
he met with him. He couldn't smell the booze on his breath. What are you doing?
He wasn't aware of the people that helped him into the walk because he could barely walk. Jeez.
I mean, are there Democrats that would even? I mean, because by the time they vote, you're not going to have Sinema or Manchin up there. Fetterman's joking. You got to have 50 out of 53 Republicans. I swear this party does this every time. Every freaking time they have power.
Yeah, it's going to be really close. It's going to be close. Trump needs to make it really clear, and I'm sure he probably is behind the scenes. But it'd be great if he made it very clear that he expects your vote.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to vote to confirm Pete Hegseth, you better be prepared for the consequences.
Right. So
because there will be some.
I know Cornyn's up in 26. Pretty sure.
Yeah, and Ken Paxton's talking about. Well,
at least
people are
around
talking about him talking about running.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I bet Ken Paxton would beat him at this point.
He might. Yeah, he might. I
mean, there's no reason to have a John Cornyn in office in Texas. We can do better than that. It's a red state. Let's get conservatives in office. We have one. You got Ted Cruz. Get somebody just like him. Hegseth had some words for reporters at the end of the day, still making it clear he's not going anywhere.
And I'm proud of what I fought for. I'm not going to back down from them one bit. I will answer all of these senators' questions, but this will not be a process tried in the media. I don't answer to anyone in this group. None of you. Not to that camera at all. I answer to President Trump, who received 76 million votes on behalf and a mandate for change. I answer to the 100 senators who are part of this process and those in the committee. And I answer to my Lord and Savior and my wife and my family. I'm proud to be here. And as long as Donald Trump wants me in this fight, I'm going to be standing right here in this fight, fighting to bring our Pentagon back to what it needs to be.
What have your conversation? Thank you. I'm done. I got to go get a drink.
Yeah. It's been at least 5 minutes.
That was amazing.
I'm starting to get the shakes. I haven't had a drink of hard liquor in literally 5 minutes now, and so I gotta get back to the bottle. Anybody have a bottle on them? I got shot glasses in my
pocket.
Every
one of those offices have bottles in them.
Look over here.
Oh, no kidding,
Darren.
Wow. All right. Well, it's fun. I mean, we knew this was going to be an ugly process from the second that Trump was elected because they hate him so much.
That's for sure.
Everything he stands for, everybody he nominates. Are there any Democrats saying any good things about any of his nominees? Very few. I mean, maybe Marco Rubio has some support because, he's in the Senate, has been for decades. So other than that, do they like any pick? They're not going to. They're just going to automatically fight against anybody he nominates.
Any brush with Trump.
If you actually do have any skeletons in the closet, they're really going to make a big deal out of that, and obviously they have.
I mean, it's a risky play, but the longer the Pete Hegseth thing drags on, the controversy of this pick, then the less time that they have to draw their attention to other nominees. But you don't want to risk it too much because you want him to get through.
Yeah, and you want your other nominees to get through.
But as soon as they get by him, Katie bar the door for the next one they're going to go after.
All right, let me tell you about Undertac. With the Christmas season upon us, Undertac is taking it all up a notch with a chance to win $100,000 while you shop. It's the perfect time to stock up, especially since half of all Christmas shoppers buy socks and underwear as gifts. Our friends at Sierra Whiskey Company, makers of Undertac, the world's most comfortable tactical boxers, rugged EDC shirts, and ultra-tough socks, have partnered with Shared Sweeps to give you a chance to win $100,000. Here's how it works. For every dollar you spend, you'll earn one entry into the $100,000 giveaway. Some items even give you double or triple entries. So the more you shop, the better your odds. Earn up to 10,000 entries just by buying gear that you and your family need anyway, and you love it anyway. The code is PATWIN, P-A-T-W-I-N. That gets you entered and an extra 10% off site-wide. So whether you're just grabbing some Undertac boxers, 50% more moisture-wicking than cotton, or buying their American-made socks, hoodies, and T-shirts, you'll be entering to win big. Go to undertac.com, spelled under T-A-C, undertac.com, Undertac.com. Offer code PATWIN to get 10% off and start earning entries today. This giveaway ends December 31st at midnight. See the site for all the details.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
And speaking of Donald Trump's nominees, the other day, the FBI informed us that FBI director nominee Kash Patel was the target of an Iranian hack. Here's former FBI agent, FBI whistleblower Steve Friend explaining what's really going on behind the scenes.
Steve, how you doing, brother?
Great to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Bro, this stuff that I'm watching with Kash Patel, did Iran actually hack Kash Patel, or was Iran who used to work with James Comey and Andrew McCabe?
Let me drop some knowledge on you.
Please.
So the FBI has their rule book. It's called the DIOG, Domestic Investigations Operations Guide.
Listen to this.
And there's a portion in there. It's called Appendix G. And it basically stipulates that the FBI can open up a full counterintelligence investigation on anyone who they believe could be the target, like the victim of a recruitment scheme from a foreign actor. So that leak indicates that there's actually a full counterintelligence investigation open on Kash Patel at this time. They're doing it for his benefit, of course. But they're going to get full access through national security letters to his banking records, all of his electronic communications, again, to protect him against that.
Oh, sure, obviously.
And the fact that that information finds its way to the front page of CNN is just, I mean, they just must have great sources, really.
I mean, look, Andy McCabe over at CNN now, I'm sure he's just giving guidance back to his Rolodex of contacts within the FBI.
That's right. These people, they're such sick bastards, aren't they? So expect this playbook to be used against Kash Patel. You are saying that they are now scraping through everything that Kash has ever done, even though he received awards for his work inside the Justice Department, 16 years inside the Justice Department, then working for special operations and being one of the lawyers protecting the highest echelons of military service. They're going to go back through and they're going to try and sabotage Kash because it's a threat to the system.
They are also trying to cull through his foundation. Look, I was pinged by NBC to provide my comments about the Fight with Kash Foundation, which it basically serves to assist military veterans and whistleblowers. And they want to, I don't know, paint some sort of corruption scandal on that. Look, my experience with Kash Patel was, we're talking about a guy who has some investigative skills. 2 years ago, during Thanksgiving, actually, I got a phone call from a number I didn't know, but I was getting lots of weird phone calls at the time because my name had just become out. And I answer it, and it's a gentleman who says, "Hey, this is Kash Patel, and I have the foundation that supports whistleblowers. I would like to give you, because you're unpaid and definitely suspended forever by the FBI, $5,000. My foundation is going to give you that donation to get your family through Christmas. I don't want any attention on this. Don't tell anybody. This is just something that I do because I believe in." That's the character of the man who is tapped to become the next FBI director.
Love it.
Wow.
Wow, that's a great story.
Sure is.
That is.
Wow. Too bad not a word of it is true.
I got to start answering calls that I don't know on my phone.
And he broke the rule. He actually said it to everybody.
Yeah. Nah, that's great. Kash Patel would be such a great pick. He's perfect for this job. And, you know, to the position that these nominees are in right now, because every aspect of your life is going to be turned upside down. They're going after you, your family, your friends. Everything you've ever done in life is under a microscope right now.
Yeah.
And if that's not good enough, they'll just make crap up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Earlier this week, we talked about the FBI reports an Iranian hack going after Kash Patel. Steve Friend, who, by the way, hosts a great show, The American Radicals, because there is so much about the FBI that people like Steve know that share this information of what they do behind the scenes like this. I mean, we suspected. We said, we sure this is an Iranian hack? Sounds more like something they'd be doing behind the scenes with the deep state. Voila. There you go. That's the formula. So they'll find something to twist.
Yeah.
And he will be the next one that's completely in the line of fire. Right now, he's just a little bit in the line of fire. You get Pete Hegseth out of the way, and then it's going to be Kash Patel for however long it takes to get him to go away.
And if they don't find something they'll just make it
That's
up.
what I'm saying. They'll twist something to make it look
Just
bad.
doesn't matter to them. The truth has. The truth doesn't carry any interest with them. No. Yesterday, acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe was in front of representatives answering for the failure to protect Donald Trump on July 13th in Pennsylvania. That little incident, he stated the obvious at the start of his testimony.
July 13th was a failure of the Secret Service to adequately secure the Butler Farm Show site and protect President-elect Trump.
Pause it for a second. Whoa, wait, we just let that soak in for a second.
Oh, no.
Wait, what? Where are you getting that?
Okay.
No, he's
all
the
of a sudden now that you guys didn't do a good job with that? Huh.
Weird.
That's weird. But how would you ever look on a roof for a sniper?
Well,
how would you ever think to do that? It was sloped. Yeah, it was dangerous. Mountain goats couldn't navigate that roof. Wow. And certainly not mountain goats with AR-15s.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So
gonna need an opposable thumb at some point.
I think he's just being too hard on himself in the bureau right
lighten
now.
up a little
yeah, come on, man. All right, let's see the rest of this.
July 13th was a failure of the Secret Service to adequately secure the Butler Farm Show site
have breaking
and protect
news bulletin
President-elect Trump. That abject failure underscored critical gaps in Secret Service operations, and I recognize that we did not meet the expectations of the American public, Congress, and our protectees.
Well, I guess we're done.
And they rightly have that idea based on how we performed.
Okay. Case closed.
Okay.
We don't need to know anything about the shooter or anything. It's just our bad.
No. Oh, no. Startling revelation there. I'm glad we had this hearing. Before long, he and Congressman Pete Fallon of Texas got into a fairly boisterous discussion.
You recognize this photo?
9/11 anniversary.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Was that the remembrance of September 11th?
It was.
Was it in New York?
It was at Ground Zero.
Okay. Who's usually at an event like this closest to the President of the United States?
Listen to this.
Security-wise.
The sack of the detail.
Special agent in charge of the detail. Were you the special agent in charge of the detail that day?
Actually, let me address this. Could you please, staff, leave that? Oh, no, leave that one up with the circle around me. Thank you. So actually, Congressman, what you're not seeing is the sack of the detail out of the picture's view. And that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11.
Right, that's what we were
I actually
saying.
responded to Ground Zero.
Oh, here we go.
I was there going through the ashes of the World Trade Center.
Okay, what does that
I
have
was
to do
there
with
at
it?
Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that.
I was
I'm asking
there,
you,
Congressman.
were you the special agent in charge?
To show respect
You were not.
for a Secret
that's
Service
a bunch of
member
horse
That escalated quickly.
on 9/11.
Sure
You were
did.
trying to be-
They do
Do
not like each
invoke
other.
9/11 for political purposes.
You
Oh,
can't
I'm
handle
not.
the
I'm
truth.
invoking this.
You are, sir,
Gentlemen,
and you are out of line.
I would like to ask him a question. Please.
You are out of line,
Order.
Congressman.
Don't
Get
try
out
to
of
bully
line.
me.
Wow.
I am an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are
I
playing
am a public
politics.
servant who has served this nation and
You
spent
won't answer the
time
question.
on our country's darkest day.
Chairman,
he was so
I'm not
ready for
criticizing.
this.
Committee will come to order. I'm asking you serious questions for the American people, and they're very simple. They're not trick questions. Were you the special agent in charge that
No, I wasn't. I was there representing
Mr.
the
Chairman,
United
I'm
States
just
Secret
asking you yes or
Service,
no.
sir.
It's important.
Mr. Fallon, your time
and did not affect protective operations.
You know why you were there? Because you wanted to be visible, because you are auditioning for this
I was
job.
there to pay
You're not
respect for
gonna
a
get
fallen
to
member of
January
this
20th.
agency.
You endangered
You are
President
out of
Biden's
line,
life,
Congressman.
Vice President
You are out of
Harris's
line.
life, because you put those agents out of position.
Mr.
Because you have a radio with you.
Mr. Fallon, your
You wear a
time
vest,
has
you have a
expired.
weapon.
Mr.
No.
I did, sir, and you are out of line.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
That's
sir.
awesome.
Wow.
Please.
All right.
Please.
We are back
You're
in
a
order
bully.
now. We are back in order now.
Now let him go.
Thank you.
Let him go.
Let him go in the hall.
That's really something.
Let him go.
I mean, that was an actual screaming match.
Yeah, that was a good point that Fallon was trying to make, too.
Yeah, it was.
And that if the special agent in charge, what was it, sack of the detail, right, should be the one closest to the president.
He's a sack of something. I don't know if it's of the detail.
But that wasn't his job on that day. Rowe. But yet he made sure he was standing right there in the photo. That's a pretty interesting point. And you can tell that he struck a nerve. Because Rowe was like, I know where this line of questioning is going. I got to get in front of it. It's the anniversary of 9/11. Don't you dare try to politicize this. Oh, that was fun.
Jeez. Yeah, that's good stuff.
If you just shout loud enough,
that's good stuff.
Then you can bury the point that's being made about you.
Remember when we used to mock Britain for the things that would happen in Parliament where they're yelling and screaming at each other?
Yeah.
Fights breaking out in Indonesian Parliament. And
Asia.
All of that kind of stuff.
Asian parliaments, they throw down.
They do.
That's about as close as we've gotten to that.
They do. And there's a lot of yelling back and forth in the British Parliament as well.
We had the one a couple years ago, right, where they were going to go outside and fight.
Where was that?
Was that in Indonesia, maybe?
No, here.
Oh, it was
in
the
U.S., yeah.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
They were going to go outside and fight.
Yeah, they were
you're talking about, I know who you're talking about. The text, I know who you're talking about.
So we're getting there. I mean,
we're
getting there. That's my point.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't remember.
That was actually very funny. I'll try to find that.
I mean, it wasn't as good as that one.
Yeah.
So we've escalated.
Oh, everything's at a heightened level now. Everything. Wow. All right. It's just incredible.
No point in your face.
And I'm going to just bring up something completely unrelated. 9/11. I'm just going to throw that out because I was in the bureau on 9/11. And that makes up for this? That makes up for everything you've ever done in your life now?
Yeah, you can't challenge me.
With that picture.
It was the Oklahoma Senator Mullen challenging a Teamsters president to a fight.
Oh, yeah.
During
Okay.
a Senate hearing. Yeah, I found it.
Oh, man. So did they go outside and fight? Or
I don't think so.
No, I don't think they did.
Did one of them have to wait for the bus to go home? I got to get on the bus, so I can't fight you. Plus, I'm in my school clothes, and my mom would get really mad if I got him dirty
you don't.
or bloody.
Right, on picture day is the worst day.
Saturday.
Worst day to fight is picture day, bro.
Yeah, you can't. You can't fight on that day. Your mom will get pissed.
Yeah.
Right? You'd like to fight. Don't get me wrong. You'd love to.
I can't. Or just go home to your mommy with your picture clothes then.
I can't miss my ride. Otherwise, if I miss the bus, I'm going to have to walk home, and my mom will be really pissed.
Yeah, that's the last person, because then you have another fight on your hands.
Right.
Chris has got the audio.
Anytime,
All right.
cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution,
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. You're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Okay. Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond?
Hold it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Like I said, we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah.
Same to you, but twice as much more of it. I am rubber, you are glue.
Yes, that's exactly what that was.
Bounces off me, and it sticks to you. No, it doesn't.
It sticks to you.
No, it doesn't. No take-backs to infinity. I mean,
stand your butt
up. Stand your butt up.
You stand your butt up.
Let's go. You want to go now? Yeah.
Bernie Sanders' face is hilarious during that.
Act like a United States Senator. It's good stuff, bro.
Yesterday, we talked about annoying accents. I don't know. I think it was
overtime. Yes.
There's nobody more annoying
than
Bernie Sanders. Listening to him is so difficult. So it's him. Okay? There's the most annoying accent on the face of the planet.
Him?
Yeah, just him.
It's the Bernie Sanders
accent. Yeah. All right. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Still much more to get to, and we've got a Fat Five, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
For today, and maybe talk a little college football with the playoffs about to happen. When do those 2 weeks?
Championship weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend.
So this weekend, the conference championships.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Starts the championship weekend, yeah.
Oh, who's playing tonight?
I have the schedule.
All right. We'll get into that. Coming up. out this note. Pat, Keith, and Jeffy. My name is Daniel Corlin, but you might know me on Twitter, not X, Jeffy, as Caffeinated Texan. Okay, right. As a longtime fan, I decided to send you a little something that I made just for you. I started my own online business this year, and my first products are night lights. Oh, very cool. And these are really cool. Look at, I got a Pat Gray Unleashed night light.
Look at that. I got mine plugged in over here.
Plug the Jeffy chewing the fat in.
Yeah,
Oh, it doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
Yeah, it works.
That's for a refund.
There you go.
Got to put your big hand on it, man.
Because it knew it wasn't dark in here.
It's so smart.
Now you tricked it. Now these are nice.
Yeah, I gave Glenn his last night.
Nice.
He was walking by the studio. In fact, we'll retweet this website because he's got so many. Look at that. I mean, he's got. He sent us one little horsey. He's got all these kinds of.
Oh, is that for
different-
me?
So he sent this horsey one as
It's
well.
for me because he knows I love horses. I'm a big horse fan.
Got a lot of cool shapes. So nice job, man.
Thank you, Daniel. That's very cool.
I'll find out. I don't have the website right in front of me here.
Is
What
that
does it say on that?
nightlight.com?
Does it say on that? It says on that thing.
It does
the
say.
website. What is it here?
Yes, it does say. The website.
I'm sure it's on his X account.
True.
GlowingEdgeWorkshop.com.
Yeah, glowingedgeworkshop.com. A lot of cool stuff. Thanks, Caffeinated Texan.
Very cool.
Very nice. Yeah, I'll give you this one, Chris. Merry Christmas.
That's not from you.
Yeah, it's from me. It's a gift from me. Secret Santa thing. Oh, yeah. Chris dragged me into that Secret Santa thing. Here's the gift.
There you go.
Done.
How it works.
All right, we got some tweets here. The deplorable Mr. Jackwagon tweets, everyone gets a Bronze Star in the military. Even
All right.
Jeffy got one for his service in the Isle of Spice.
I don't want to talk about it.
Too soon? Yeah, and obviously it is.
I don't want to talk about it.
Too soon, yeah.
Proud of you.
Chuck Shazam Bartowski tweets, if those mountain goats with ARs are wearing Kevlar vests, we're really in trouble. And smallmouth bass Kurt, Hegseth is the red line for Trump. It's also the most important pick. Regaining control of the military is priority number one for everything else. If he gives up on him, his cabinet will be in shambles. Yeah. I think there's some sense of that.
There's something to
in
that,
the Trump camp. And that's why he hasn't asked him. He asked that other one to step down.
The sheriff?
Yeah. The sheriff said he decided to step down. Then Trump said no. I told him to.
Get out.
I didn't like how you were talking to my pastors.
No way he's taking that.
You're a nasty person.
I mean, he won't even let the sheriff take because I decided to step down. Nope. No, you did not.
Right. Yeah,
No, you did
exactly.
not.
That's Trump for you.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Let's get to a Fat Five here with
All right.
Jeffy.
Awesome. Environmental activists are a little wound up at Coca-Cola for apparently quietly backing away from a promise concerning the recycling of plastic packaging. In 2022, Coca-Cola pledged to sell 25% of its drinks in reusable or returnable packaging by 2030. The reports show now the company has removed the webpage with its commitment prior to the Global Plastics Summit. I bet you that was a good Christmas
Global
part.
Plastics
Bet you that was
Summit?
Fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you throw out all the stops with that party. The new targets now, according to this report, include using 35 to 40% recycled materials by 2035. I mean, they've raised the percentages, but they've extended the time. So the environmental activists, you know them, you love them, they're advocating for a shift to reusable packaging as single-use products continue to harm the environment. Now, Von Hernandez from Break Free from Plastic, now that's a party group right there.
You want to hang out with that guy.
You do, specifically at the Global Plastics Summit.
Yeah.
You want to hang out with the Break Free from Plastic people. Oh, man, what a party. He has criticized Coca-Cola as if teaching its master class in greenwashing. All right, greenwashing occurs when the company claims to be environmentally conscious, but in reality doesn't engage in any meaningful action for the climate. Bastards. Maybe, though. Maybe it'll be better than Von from Break Free from Plastic thinks, because scientists in Kenya have discovered this mealworm larvae that breaks down commonly used plastic. So with the help of this gut bacteria, so this larvae consume the plastic more effectively, even when it's supplemented with a nutrient-rich diet. So we're looking at, feeding this larvae some nutrient-rich diets and have at the plastic. Go ahead, eat it up, tear it up. So they aim to harness that bacteria.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do large-scale recycling with the larvae from Kenya. That'd be kind of awesome.
Almost all of our scientific breakthroughs come from scientists in Kenya, I've noticed. The Kenyan scientists are on it. Whether it's environmental plastics or whatever the hell, they are on it.
They are.
And I just want to thank them
Kenya's
for it. Thank you for your viable work.
They went down to not the Dominican, but and not Puerto Rico. What's the other one? Haiti. They went down to Haiti, right?
Kenyan
scientists? The Kenyan policemen, the Kenyan military went down to help the Haitians. They own long distance running. Hello,
they sure do.
They own that.
That is true.
And now they have scientists. Man. Telling me Kenya is on top. Don't besmirch Kenya.
No, I would
Don't
never.
do it.
I would never. I was just praising them for their incredible scientific
the tone, though.
efforts.
The tone was.
Respectful is the word you're looking for.
Please
respectful.
Subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Well, I'm a Kenyan of eaters. And
so you identify.
I do identify as a Kenyan. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher, available wherever you get your podcasts. Congratulations to your girl, Taylor Swift, the number one most streamed artist globally in 2024 on Spotify. Second year in a row.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Tortured Poets album, or Tortured Poets Department album, was streamed. Album of the year, 300 million streams in one day. Had the billion streams in the first week.
Wow!
And all told, though, she generated 26.6 billion streams on the platform for the year. Bet you she gets a gift. After Swift, she...
Probably not the s'mores box either. Probably something a little different.
Maybe. I don't know. You don't know, though. You don't know.
You don't know.
You had underneath Taylor, you had Weeknd, Bad Bunny, Drake, and Billie Eilish were the top streamers on Spotify. Continuing on the 2024 recaps, Wikipedia posted their top articles for 2024. It's interesting to me. It's interesting to me. I put it up. The top articles, as you can see, deaths. I'm definitely added to those numbers. 44.4 million. Now, the most popular article in English was the deaths, according to the Wikipedia Year in Review. 2.4 billion hours reading articles on English Wikipedia last year. Kamala Harris, most visited for an individual. Trump and J.D. Vance racked up to nearly 50 million together. Deadpool and Wolverine, and then you had the Menendez brothers. I did not, and I probably am responsible for some views on all these stories, except for the Indian Premier League and the 2024 Indian general election. Wow. I don't think I looked anything up on that.
What a hater you are. What do you don't care about India?
I don't think I looked anything. It's possible.
Huh.
All
right.
I love that Indian Premier League.
I know. They're huge.
Yeah.
But
man, not just soccer, but soccer in India. Man, I'm there.
I mean, it's no cricket.
I'm there.
It's no cricket.
No,
no, it is not. Don't even mess with cricket, man. It's awesome. I see where Disney extends its lead over YouTube. The October totals for by Nielsen for TV usage, and the media distributor gauge is out. Disney number one, far and away, and then YouTube, NBC goes down the list. AMC Networks is at the bottom with 0.9%. I'm sure I added to that. Got them on the board because I ended up watching Hell on Wheels again. It's 5 seasons. It's awesome. Love that show. Anson Mount as Colin Bohannon. Awesome. Love that. So congratulations. Good luck to all the media people there. Today's Chewing the Fat segment brought to you by Kexi Cookies. Best cookies on the planet. Christmas pre-order box. You get it in. You got to get your Christmas box order in by the 13th.
Yes. Oh, you got the update.
I did.
Good.
Don't look at me like that.
By the 13th, because we're just slammed. And in order to get it by Christmas, you want to make sure you order as soon as you can. All right? Because going really fast. And I think we have just a couple of the Christmas boxes. Those will certainly be gone by the end of today. So if you want the Christmas box, this is the time to jump on that.
Limited quantities.
Very limited.
Once they're gone.
They're gone. It's not like
they're not
once
coming
they're
back.
gone, they're still here. That's not the case with these. Also, the chocolate peppermint bread, we have a few of those. You can order that today, and all the Christmas cookies, the peppermint fudge, the cinnamon roll cookie.
Egg roll? Eggnog.
Egg roll? No, we don't have the egg roll cookie.
What kind
But
of
yes,
dump
eggnog.
are you running? You don't have an egg roll cookie.
And the M&M.
I thought
next year.
I thought this was
Next
Christmas.
year for Chinese New Year, we're doing
Chinese
the
New Year's, yes.
Chinese egg roll
Merry
cookie,
Christmas.
which would be great. So KEKSI, Keksy.com.
There you go.
Do it right away.
There you go, Keksy.com.
Yes.
So
Mm.
movie theaters are attempting to stay alive. Regal Cineworld secured a $1.9 billion refinancing to reduce the annual interest cost by $60 billion, and they're claiming that this will help them position themselves for what they're calling the post-pandemic box office growth.
It's not just post-pandemic, though. It's the whole streaming situation at home now. When you can watch the movie from the comfort and privacy of your own home.
It's awful nice.
It's hard. I've really gotten out of the habit of going
that's
to the
thing.
movie theater.
And AMC said they set a breaking Thanksgiving record with the 8.8 million attendees. They had Moana 2, Wicked, Gladiator 2.
It was a big weekend for them.
And, I know you were questioning earlier in the week whether I had...
I was not questioning. I was stating a fact that certainly you've already gone.
You're darn right. I mean, there is no question. There's no question I went to see Gladiator 2.
Did you love it?
And yes, I did. It was very good.
Yeah? Okay.
And they even had more gifts. Gladiator 2. What camera want to use? Which one? This one?
Nice.
It's a thumbs up.
So he's got a thumbs up Gladiator glove now. That's great.
Or thumbs down.
That's right.
One
or
of the
thumbs
two.
Down.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your rating? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Okay.
Definitely thumbs up. Yeah,
I
it was
believe
really
to
good.
quote Jeff Fisher, it's I can't wait for that to come out so I can own it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Couldn't have been
I
as good
almost-
as the original.
I want to
could it?
go. I want to see it again. Actually, I want to, and I might go see it again at the theaters. Denzel was awesome.
So better than the first?
No.
First one was really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
How was the homo scenes? Any homo scenes?
No, they took him out. They took him out.
The one scene that Denzel mentioned,
Wait a minute.
they took out.
Wait a minute. Now we know why he wants to own it.
Yep.
He wants the deleted scenes.
I do want that.
Yep.
I do want the director's cut, and Ridley will get it. Ridley will put one out. I'll get it.
Why are you gay?
Pedro Pascal, I thought I was kind of over him because he's everywhere these days, but he did a great job. And the guy who played Lucius, Paul Mescal, was awesome.
Okay.
He was really good. He's the daughter of Lucinda Lara. And he is. I'm going to break this news to you. We all, thought it was Maximus's kid, Lucius.
Oh, don't give away anything. There's people who haven't seen it yet.
So I just stay home and watch my Coliseum Gladiators with my QR code. And I'll wait to own the DVD.
That is really cool, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's my popcorn bucket QR code. Really cool. Now I see that they've done 327 million global already. So they're doing okay. Another Ridley Scott film, so I like it. 250 million budget.
Yeah, it's not bad. That'll make money.
It'll be all right. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It'll be good. And they'll make more money by selling the first Gladiator all over again, too.
Before you finish up, let me tell you about Patriot Mobile, because Americans are tired and frustrated by a stalling economy, by inflation, by endless wars, and the relentless assault on our values. Thankfully, there are companies like Patriot Mobile that still believe in America and still believe in our Constitution. That's why I'm proud to partner with Patriot Mobile, because they're on the front lines. They don't just sit back and say it. They're on the front lines fighting for the First and Second Amendments, sanctity of life, and our military and first responders. Take a stand for conservative causes and put America first by switching to Patriot Mobile today. And here's the thing. You don't have to just be altruistic and compromise quality for your values, because the quality is as good or better because they've got the U.S.-based customer service teams here to help you out if there's any questions or concerns. And they operate across all three major networks, just like everybody else. Plus, the customer service, which is 100% U.S. based. I love this company. You're going to love it too. They'll find the best plan for your needs. You can either switch out your phone, you could upgrade, or you can keep your phone and keep your phone number. Whatever you want to do. Use the offer code PAT when you go there, and don't be fooled by other providers. They can't do and don't do what Patriot Mobile does. Switch to America's only Christian conservative mobile provider, Patriot Mobile, by going to patriotmobile.com/Pat. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 972 Patriot. You'll get a free month of service today when you switch.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Now, I was told by my son that we still had a few Christmas boxes left, but somebody just said they're sold out.
So one of our faithful listeners, she just emailed me.
That's right.
It's sold out.
I just talked to Sean about this last night.
She just tried to do it.
Huh. All right. I don't know. That's weird.
Wow.
That's weird.
But
wow.
I mean, it's not like you could have done business between the time you talked to Sean.
That is true.
That is true.
That is true.
Right. You're right.
I mean,
you're right. Maybe somebody cleaned
used,
this out overnight.
What's the internet that's open 24 hours a day?
Wait, it doesn't close at midnight?
It does not close.
No, the internet closes at midnight, right? Oh. When the street lights come on?
Yes, the national anthem starts to play and the internet closes.
Right.
All right, so we have championship weekend. We've got the Conference USA, AAC, Mountain West championships today.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow, the MAC, the Big 12, Iowa State, Arizona State, nobody cares. Georgia, Texas, of course, SEC Championship is the one we care about. And the Big 10 is what we care about, Penn State and Oregon. That's tomorrow.
I actually don't, but...
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. No,
Oregon, Penn State's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm. So Oregon's
is Texas, Georgia. So is Texas, Georgia. It's going to be a good game.
Texas, Georgia. Georgia already demolished Texas. So they'll do it again. I think they'll do it again.
That would be... awesome.
Is that what Bevo guy?
Kirby Smart.
Is he going to get near Uga again? Remember how he almost killed that poor dog?
Yeah. That's happened more than once.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm still pissed off about the CFP rankings. BYU at 18th. That sucks. And Alabama still in the playoff picture with 3 losses.
They're Alabama. Are you Alabama?
They can lose 10 games and get into the CFP. They can lose 10. They can be 2-10 and get into the playoff.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
And how? We got this from Furion Energy. Sent us his note about the Dinesh D'Souza sort of apology yesterday about the 2,000 Mules.
Yeah. I saw the headline. Let's go. It's just weird.
Yeah, it was interesting, to say the least. He says, I want to provide further context to the 2,000 Mules controversy, if I may. And you may. The way it's being reported is, in my opinion, intentionally misconstruing the issue. The geolocation data is all legitimate. It didn't sound that way in the article, that's for sure. Obviously, all the surveillance video is all legitimate. The only thing that's wrong is the two are not correlated properly in the film. The underlying data of the same people visiting drop boxes like 20 times is real. They just stupidly shared unrelated surveillance footage to those individuals in the film. I just feel like that needs to be emphasized in the story. The data actually showing obvious fraud is indeed legit.
Right.
This is just the cudgel being used to delegitimize the whole thing.
No kidding.
When in reality, it's actually totally irrelevant as to whether or not fraud occurred.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I mean, they're definitely delegitimizing it.
Oh, yeah, big time. Big time. With the fury over the Hunter Biden blanket pardon for anything he did or may have done, during an entire decade of action for this guy. But it was during his tender years, from 44 years old to 54 years old.
I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah.
Youthful indiscretions.
That has not been mentioned enough right now in this process. Sure, he's been pardoned for a lot of bad behavior, but he was so young. Just 44 when this started.
And that needs to be pointed out.
Yeah.
And, a good host is doing that, putting it in proper context.
Yes, despite the fact that I certainly don't agree with all of the Democrats' ideology and the things that they do, I want to be fair here.
Fair and balanced.
And just make sure that people understand. He was at the tender age of 44.
Tender.
And he's only 54 now, so... You can't really expect good judgment yet.
Who among
right?
us?
Thank you.
His brain's not even fully developed yet.
I mean, at 44, you're still cranking.
That's the most accurate thing you've said.
Time
I know.
Hunter Biden's brain has not fully developed yet.
Nor will it ever.
Nor will it
ever. But to give blanket pardons to many others is what they're obviously about to do, apparently.
Ridiculous.
Check out this Democrat operative on MSNBC.
Grant of clemency. I hope that President Biden will also issue preemptive pardons to all of those people threatened by the injustice of what will become the Department of Justice in the Trump administration. That, of course, includes Jack Smith and all of his staff, many Department of Justice lawyers. It includes President Biden himself, although we don't know that anyone can legally pardon themselves. He will need a pardon because he is going to be harassed and charged for no crimes whatsoever. Donald Trump has promised that.
You mean like Trump was?
Yeah.
If they didn't do anything wrong, then
what?
Why do you care?
What would be the problem?
Why do they need a pardon?
The Trump cases are almost completely all gone now anyway, so they're all done.
They're also talking about Anthony Fauci being part of the preemptive.
But again,
pardon.
if he did nothing wrong, then why would you need that?
Right.
Why would you?
Oh, and then I read a thing this morning that that Michael Byrd guy who he was the security for Nancy Pelosi, shot Ashley Babbitt on January 6th, that he has approached the White House about getting a pardon. But again, if you did nothing wrong, right? That's what the investigation told us.
Right. Why do you need the pardon?
What's the problem here?
This is what Democrats do, though. They remove consequences from people's actions, especially when it involves their own kids, their own family members. Do you remember back to what Barack Obama said about what he would do if his daughters ever got pregnant?
Right.
Remember this?
I've got two daughters, 9 years old and 6 years old.
Right.
I'm going to teach them, first of all, about values and morals.
Sure.
But if they make a mistake, I don't want them punished with a baby.
With a baby?
I don't want them punished with an STD at the age of 16.
Sure. I'll teach them what's right, But if they ignore my teaching, I'll just remove the consequences of their actions. That's all. I'll just have them abort the baby because I don't want them punished with a baby. Sure, Joe may have taught Hunter not to do drugs, evade taxes, ignore gun laws. But since he didn't do any of those things, or did do all of those things, however the case may be, I'm going to remove all the consequences of his bad actions and just pardon him for everything he did or may have done during that tender 10-year period of time. They don't believe in consequences. There's no consequences for these people. I'll just take them away from you. And so you can do whatever you want. That's where we are here with these Democrats. And that's what they're going to do with Anthony Fauci and everybody else who is involved in the cover-up over the pandemic period of time, and the vaccine, and the lockdowns, and the shutdowns, and persecuting people who were trying to live their lives and make a living during that time period. It's all going to go away for them. It
already has, right? I mean, even the sheriff, while asked to step down from Trump, he's already rewriting. I was just doing the law.
Right. And even got the pastor to join him in that BS.
That's.
But MSNBC And Joy Reid had some thoughts about conservatives, and
I bet you they're good.
Oh man, you got to hear this.
She's great.
With the transition of kids and that whole thing that's going on at the Supreme Court right now.
America is dealing with many issues, from grocery prices to gun violence, which is the number one cause of death for kids and teens. But the one issue that Republicans successfully exploited in this year's elections was their fear of the transgender community. Republicans spent at least, get this.
Nobody's afraid.
No, we're not.
Nobody's afraid of the transgender community. We're not
That is maddening.
afraid of them. What we're afraid of is for a young person to be messed up for the rest of their lives, either reproductive wise, their hormones, their mood shifts, their growth process, all of that hampered or stopped or changed in some way that negatively impacts their life for the rest of their life. That's what we're afraid of. Them making the wrong decision and then regretting it later. And as far as whether or not they're going to commit suicide if they don't get this surgery, a lot of times they get this, they commit suicide because they did get the surgery. Yeah. Research has shown.
Maybe there's more of an issue than just that.
Right.
Maybe there is.
Maybe. Let her continue.
Republicans spent at least, get this, $215 million on anti-trans TV ads, with the most prominent coming from the Trump campaign itself.
What ads is she?
Even supports letting biological men compete against our girls.
They can't get over
in
how
their
effective
sports.
these ads were.
Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Trump's argument was that Vice President Kamala Harris is fighting for they, them, while he's fighting for you.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah.
Aaron Reid, an independent journalist covering LGBTQ issues, tracked Trump campaign spending and found that they spent, more money on anti-trans ads than they did on housing, immigration, and economy ads combined.
Oh, my gosh.
For context,
it's a separate
in the
thing.
entire 50 states, transgender adult Americans make up 0.5, not 5, 0.5% of the population, or 1.3 million Americans out of like 320 million. There are a little over 300,000 transgender youths in America. That's 1.4% of all young people between ages 13 and 17. That would be the numerical equivalent of the Republican Party targeting the entire city of Phoenix, Arizona, population 1.65 million, because they don't like the desert landscape. In fact, there are more kids who have been exposed to gun violence.
I can't take it. Stop. Oh, my gosh. Her stupid ass arguments don't even make sense. Oh, man. And it's just because you're trying to prevent teenagers from terrible consequences of their actions and waiting until, maybe they're an adult and they can make a better informed decision. They've got a little more life experience. You're simply asking them to wait. Okay? Can you just hang on and don't do this yet? That is not trans hate. That is not anti-trans. That is pro-person. That is pro-trans. That is trying to help them not screw things up forever. And you can't go back on that decision. You can never go back. Once you remove body parts, you can't just put them back on you. Not the way they worked in the first place. Jeez.
Nobody has said adults shouldn't be allowed to do this.
No.
We haven't said that once.
Right.
It's kids. This is from the party, and we've made this point many times, that if you suggested your kid ride around the neighborhood on their bicycle without a helmet on, they would lose their minds.
Oh, yeah.
You suggest you drive to the store without them buckled up or put them in a car seat, they would lose their minds. But so help me, if you say, I don't want them making this irreversible decision that will affect them for the rest of their lives, oh my gosh, it's like, what are you doing, you Nazi?
They don't even want their kids or other people's kids walking to the store from your home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right,
I mean,
but go ahead and cut your wiener off when you're 12 years old. That's perfectly fine.
It's fine.
Don't worry about that.
I mean, it's madness.
Go ahead and block the biological process of puberty. That's not an issue.
Don't worry about it. I know you're alive now. We couldn't kill you in the womb, so let's do that here.
Yeah,
and bro, you're right there. That's absolutely where they're at. They're all about destroying children. Period.
And that's statistics of how many trans people, now they use it for their favor. So you tell me that?
Yeah, right.
Now they're using that for their favor. I was like, wait, so you tell me that we have to change our life because of 0.5% and call them they, them? So now you're like, oh, well, guys, there's only a little bit of people. They're like the population of Arizona.
It's another example of how they have it both ways.
Yes. I will say,
on
though,
every issue.
Pronouns sure are starting to vanish from the public space.
Even from emails from publishers, I don't longer see he, she.
Well, didn't even AOC remove her pronouns from her Twitter page?
Where are they going?
Yeah.
What do you identify? Now I don't know what to call you because your pronouns are missing from your bio. What do I do?
Right. And if I call you the wrong thing, why, then that's going to ruin your life.
And that's on them
We've seen her
since they
lately?
took it off.
Because her pronouns might be mom.
I know. I'm trying
She
to.
posted that video, and
I think she's pregnant too, Fisher.
Yeah, I think so. She looks like it. I told you. I said we looked at one picture of her, of some clip that she was doing one of her Instagram lives, and she looks pregnant.
Is that going to help her with her presidential run in 4 years?
I don't know.
Or is it going to?
I don't know if AOC mom with the.
I heard that
the tribe that she runs with. Oof.
I read this article and it didn't convince me, but I mean the premise was that signs point to Hillary Clinton gonna give it a shot in 2028.
No, please.
And like their
No
biggest
way.
thing was that she gave a speach somewhere. I'm like, no, that's the check clearing.
Yeah, come on.
That's not a presidential run.
You're not going to run at 82.
No.
Of course, you can't put anything past the Democrats. I guess it's possible.
The guy from Iowa is running in 2029.
Oh, that's true. Chuck Grassley.
Yeah. So, and Nancy Pelosi, she's running too.
He's 91 now. So,
Yeah, Pelosi's running again. I mean, how old? She's
83. 83, I think. So, yeah, prime of life.
so
I mean,
she's not even close to
she's like
90.
a spring
Never
chicken.
mind.
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't know where that came from. She's
How long are they going to live in that house with all them stairs?
right. There's an elevator. The stairs are for the do people.
That's for the and for David DePape.
Yeah.
David DePape.
Right.
DePape.
That's so he's never going to see that. Oh, that's it. That's audio from inside their house.
Yeah, they're still there.
That's David still going up the stairs.
Still headed up.
They're still there.
Wow.
This is never ending.
Someday he's going to have to stop and take a breath.
Well, yeah,
at
he's got
least,
to report to prison.
Hope there's no stairs in the prison.
That's why he left the bag with the hammer and stuff down on the first floor.
I see. Come and get me, copper. See?
It's a big house, though, obviously. I mean,
yeah.
a lot of stairs. A lot of stairs.
Those San Francisco houses do have a lot of stairs. When we stayed in that one house there, there's stairs everywhere.
I mean, the better you are at
Never
insider
freaking
trading, the more stairs you get in your house.
All right. Anytime in life that you've got a big change going on, it can be hard. And that's especially true when you're planning to buy or sell a home. It's complicated. It's stressful. Takes a lot of time, a lot of jumping through hoops. And the stakes are really probably as high as they're ever going to be in terms of your finances. So obviously you need a real estate agent to help you with all of the things that come with selling your home or buying a home. And you don't want just some ordinary agent who just does this on the side. You want the best in the business. Real Estate Agents I Trust. We pair you with the top-selling real estate agents in your area. Somebody who knows the best practices, someone who understands the crazy housing market, someone who's a team leader and a closer, somebody you can trust if you're thinking about buying or selling a home or both. So get in touch with Real Estate Agents I Trust. Go there, realestateagentsitrust.com. It's a free service that we provide to you. These are fans of the show, so you got a lot of things in common with them right from the start. realestateagentsitrust.com.
If you like what you hear, find more at youtube.com/Pat Gray.
Got some tweets here. 90s Pathead tweets. Bevo, that's Texas's mascot, the big longhorn. Bevo was actually banned from the conference title game and any playoff games. Texas fans have been crying for days about it.
Oh, wow. You got to keep your animal on a leash.
Also, Bama is in the top 12 because they have 3 ranked wins, and one was Georgia. And no, Alabama is in the playoff picture because They're Alabama. That's why. Seriously. I mean, 3 losses, 1 to Vanderbilt. Right? Didn't they lose to Vanderbilt this year? Oh, Oklahoma was 24 to 3.
Crushed by Oklahoma.
Who were the other 2 losses?
I honestly don't remember.
I thought it was Vanderbilt, isn't it?
I think it was Vanderbilt.
Let me look here. Hang on. Yeah, they lost to Vanderbilt 40 to 35.
Vanderbilt,
they lost to Tennessee 24-17.
Was a pretty good team this year, although Missouri beat them, so don't worry about it.
Right. Exactly. I mean, they're a 3-loss team. That should eliminate you from playoff contention.
Playoffs?
Have you a playoffs?
Toasty Mitts tweets, the left are like those bullies who want to beat the tar out of you on the playground, but when you stand up for yourself, they run away screaming to the nearest adult to escape any consequences. Rules for thee and not for me. That's the left to a T. That's it. Also, the Democrat Party is in so much chaos right now, but don't freak out on their behalf because David Hogg is here to save the day.
All right, awesome.
And become the next chairman of the DNC.
Man, that needs to happen.
School shooting survivor. David, good morning. I'm so grateful to have you.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about this. Are you thinking about running for this leadership post and why?
Holy crap.
Well, honestly, I'm considering it because I think that obviously, I think we need a new generation in the DNC. If this election has taught us nothing else, I think we need an intergenerational coalition as a party. But I've spent the past 2 years or so traveling around the country, working to elect young people and talking to everyday people, knocking on doors in every swing state that you can imagine, and some very red states as well, from starting out in Alabama to places like Texas and Virginia and everywhere in between. And the thing that I've realized more than anything is that we have a number of problems in the party, but I think the main one overall is that we would rather live in a comfortable delusion than an uncomfortable reality. And I think what the party needs to do is open its eyes and take its fingers out of its ears, basically.
When you say delusion, what is the delusion?
I think it's that we can just surround ourselves with people that agree with us a lot of the time in terms of the party leadership and also within the party itself, and think that's just who we need to be talking to constantly instead of listening to people who don't agree with us. Not that we inherently agree with them, but I think so much the issue that we have as a party right now is a kind of condescending tone that we have in a number of ways where we're seen increasingly as elitist,
your party, not
you. Out of touch. And I think there are real conversations that we need to have, and we also need to help more, not just young people, but people from normal backgrounds run for office. I think Tim Walz is actually a great example of this, of running as a teacher and gaining all the experience that he had to outperform even in a Trump-held district. Right? We need everyday people, from teachers to doctors to everybody in between, to start running for office and help changing the future of this party and the face of this party as well.
He needs to shave
So
when he goes
you,
on TV. It doesn't work for him.
On X, platform formerly known as Twitter, as you were reflecting on these losses, you talked about a meeting that you had with the President of the United States, with President Biden, and you said that you regret not telling him not to run, saying it's a permanent nightmare and a lesson that you'll carry for the rest of your life. Why didn't you tell him then, and how do you feel about it now?
You know, I still agree with the statement that I made, and I think the reality is that so many of us, as Biden was president, didn't want to lose the momentum that we had. You know, he had done the largest climate spending in American history. He'd passed the first federal gun safety law. This guy needs to be the head of the DNC. He established the Office of Gun Violence Prevention. They did so many executive orders and actions on gun violence that we didn't want to stop that progress. But at the same time, somebody who can govern very effectively, especially, frankly, at that age, may not be the best person to run for that position. And I think I was part of that. And I think, frankly, the reason why I said that, too, was the hardest part of this time period since the election has been the general sense of a lack of accountability that I've heard. Where it sounds like, you know, in the lead up to the election, we heard people say over and over again, Donald Trump is the greatest threat to American democracy. He's a fascist. We need to stop him. We need to stop him. We need to stop him. And then after the election, when I'm hearing conversations with party leadership, when I'm hearing conversations on the news of all these different political leaders and consultants, it's like, oh, you know, we tried our best. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, and that's a loser's mentality. We need to have actual accountability, and that goes for myself too in talking about what I could have done differently, even though who knows what effect that would have actually had. Obviously,
who knows?
At least I would have been able to tell the president what he needed to hear rather than what he wanted to hear. And I know that at least at this age, I have learned that now, and I'm not going to make that mistake again.
All right, we got it. I mean, the only reason we even know this guy's name is because he went to a school where a tragedy occurred.
Yeah.
He wasn't even there.
Correct.
He wasn't even there when the tragedy occurred, but he went to that school.
But the whole thing, his whole thing was based on that false premise.
It's all based on that. Yeah. So now you're an expert on guns, which has made you an expert on the DNC? Okay. All right. Whatever. Yeah, make him the head of your party. That would be brilliant.
Oh, I'd love it.
What a great move that would be.
Think of how many clips we'd have of him on MSNBC for the next 4 years.
Can you imagine? Oh, he'll run that. Well, the party's already in the ground, but
yeah, for sure.
He'll run them underground. Wow. They'll go so far underground, they'll pop up in China. That's how far under they're going to be. Yeah,
many already are.
That's true. Wow. All right, 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Yesterday, racist Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett was bemoaning Texas having 2 new white congressmen after the latest election cycle.
Yeah, we'll have to get to that.
We'll get to that coming up after the break. But you know we're racist because of it. We elected white people.
You white people.
2 new white people in 2024. You can't elect white people in 2024.
Someone had to say it. Thank you for saying
by the way, Joe Biden was up past his bedtime last night. You got to see the video of that, too.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, we have to see that.
Is it the Christmas tree lighting?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, good.
We have to talk about that because...
There's a lot there.
There's a lot.
Well, first, address your races.
Yeah, first, we got to... Because when are we going to have the conversation about race?
Thank you.
When will that finally
we need
happen?
To have that.
Come on.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We got to revisit this Reid situation. You got this tweet from...
well, Monique sent us this.
Oh, this is Monique.
Yeah, she sent a screenshot from that clip that we had, and she makes a great point. She's like, if we're to trust...
her numbers.
Yeah, Joy Reid's numbers. Can you put up just the frame from that shot there, Joe? Joy Reid's numbers. Okay, so...
Because this is a great point.
Yeah, then obviously kids are growing out of this trans phase that they're going through.
Okay, U.S. youths 13 to 17 who identify as transgender, 1.4%. Okay? Then you become an adult, 18 plus. That number drops to 0.5%?
Yeah. Well, now I'm looking at the bottom there. Yeah, shoot. So 300,000, 1.3 million. Oh, hell. Oh, so let's see. So if I read Joyce...
Well, it's a lower percentage, though.
Proves our
point.
It's
a lower percentage.
It's a lower percentage.
Yeah, it's just a lower percentage.
Yeah, there's more people 18 plus, than 13 to 17. Yes. But the percentage is lower.
Yeah.
Yes. So
that's almost a full point.
Yes.
That's huge.
So clearly they grow out of it.
Right. At least some do. Many do.
Yeah.
Which makes our point.
Yeah.
Don't block their puberty. Don't start doing invasive surgeries on them where you remove body parts and whatever. It's
So play the rest of that clip because I think she makes a comparison that is absolutely just grotesque.
All right. And it goes a little something like this.
There are a little over 300,000 transgender youths in America. That's 1.4% of all young people between ages 13 and 17. That would be the numerical equivalent of the Republican Party targeting the entire city of Phoenix, Arizona, population 1.65 million, because they don't like the desert landscape.
Don't like deserts.
In fact, there are more kids who have been exposed to gun violence, estimated at 3 million, than there are transgender Americans of all ages in total. Targeting trans people isn't new. It is an age-old tradition, which Nazi Germany did with brutally violent ends in the 1930s.
There you go.
While the Supreme Court refuses to do anything about weapons of war in schools, today they seemed inclined to uphold Tennessee's ban on gender-affirming...
She's hideous. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
We tried twice. Couldn't get to it.
Oh, I can't. I just can't do it.
Is she as hideous as what's-her-face from Dallas?
Jasmine Crockett?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. You'd be the judge after this because I don't know if you're aware, but there were 2 new white people elected to Congress in Texas.
That shocks me.
White!
This is my shocked face.
White! Yeah, inside, I think you're even more shocked than you are on the outside, right? Because it's not that apparent, really. If I were to just look at you...
I just want to say thumbs down.
Okay.
Thumbs down to
there
white
you go.
people.
Thank
thumbs
you.
down to white people.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's appropriate. It's appropriate. You can't be electing white people.
Somebody had to say it.
Listen to this.
Where we were talking about how many voters. Listen, when you're counting people, you're not just counting voters. You count children, don't you?
Correct.
You count a lot of people that aren't necessarily voters. And I want to make sure that we really get to the nitty-gritty on Texas, because this is hilarious to me. Texas added 2 seats. In 2020, according to the census, and we know that there was a significant undercount, specifically in Texas for a combination of reasons, but we know that specifically Texas added 4 million people. Of those 4 million people, do you want to take a guess at how many were Anglos? Just a guess.
I'd say a majority.
180,000. That's it, of 4 million. 95% of the people that were added, and we know that when it comes to minority populations, they tend to be undercounted. So get this. We added 4 million people. They were people of color. Texas got 2 new seats.
Wow, that's a blanket
so they
statement.
took those black and brown and Asian bodies, and guess what? Do you think that we got a new black, brown, or Asian seat?
What?
Somehow, the way that they do their Republican math in the state of Texas, that amounted to
a
2
race
new
assigned to them?
white seats.
Oh, my God.
Guess what? White Republican seats.
What a racist.
We got
What
2
an
new Republican
absolute
seats.
racist.
4 million people of color.
She
So let
absolutely
me
is.
tell you, they love to use our bodies to apportion us in an inaccurate way.
Okay.
Someone had to say it.
That logic makes no sense whatsoever. So she's saying that only white people. So she's calling for, I guess,
you should only elect blacks.
Like, as a district has to be
Hispanics.
100% of one race. And
That's
then
what she wants.
That sounds like Jim Crow, Jasmine Crockett Crow. Wow.
That's crazy.
Because by her logic, then Barack Obama shouldn't be elected by white people. He should have never been president
Yes.
because it wasn't a majority black country. So, I mean, she is, what a gross human. Ugh. Jasmine Crow.
Wow.
Crockett.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Let's workshop that.
Jasmine Crockett Crow.
We'll get there.
Jasmine.
All right. Let me tell you about this new Danish study that shows that a year after aborting their child, women exhibited 50% higher likelihoods of first-time psychiatric treatment, 87% higher likelihood of personality and behavior disorders. That's after an abortion. How is that women's health care? How does that help? Preborn's network of clinics is positioned in the highest abortion areas. They fight for mothers who are deciding between life and death for their child. And the way they do that is by showing them the ultrasound to introduce them to the life inside of them. And it just costs $28 to make that happen. Your donation of $28 doubles the chance that a baby will be born alive. There are babies in their mother's womb who need your help right now. And as the year comes to a close, be a great time to donate. Your tax-deductible donation could be the difference between life and death. And maybe you even have the means to do a leadership donation. Donate between 5, 10, 15,000, whatever. That could save countless babies. And right now, through matching funds, your gift is doubled. So if you'd like to donate, whether it's $1 or $15,000, whatever you can do is greatly appreciated. Dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or just go to preborn.com/Pat.
Unleashed.
What's going on over there, Chappie?
Take whatever end.
Why do you
Again,
hate Christmas?
On chewing the fat, you don't have to do any of that.
I don't.
So, right. Good. Then on your show, don't do it.
You, sir.
I happen to love Christmas. Christmas movies, Christmas music. I love the Savior. And I am happy about his birth.
Sure.
Okay?
Bring out
so
the Savior.
I personally celebrate it. You don't need to. If you don't want to, it's America.
By the way, I have a surprise for you, Pat Gray. Last night I went to the Aaron Watson Christmas concert here, and he did a rendition of "Go Tell It on the Mountain," and I recorded it. I'm going to play it on overtime.
Oh,
awesome!
It's
all right.
The best one so far. I think he beats Henrietta.
Better than the one we do here?
I think he beats Henrietta and Myrna.
No way.
But he doesn't beat Pat
way.
Oh, it does not beat the Pat Gray because I could not stop laughing the entire song. And my son is like, Daddy, why are you laughing? I'm like, you're not going to understand it.
It can't beat this. Oh, go tell it on the mountain.
This is from Believe.
Yes.
Right? This is from
Yes.
Believe, one of my favorite.
Right.
Tell it on the mountain.
You know who this is? Who is that?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
That's
either.
you,
It's
right?
Henrietta.
Yeah, it's Henrietta. Okay.
and
From
Myrna.
overtime yesterday.
But seriously, that Believe Christmas album
It's
is
awesome.
It's the best.
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's got the David Osmond,
Which is
version,
I've listened to that year round.
So good, so good. Really great. But so is Cheyenne Grace's new one. What is that one called? It's number one Christmas.
Home for Christmas or
song.
something?
Yeah, Home for Christmas, I think it is. Yeah. All right, so last night, Joe was spotted. We got a Joe Biden sighting. Is that
He back from
accurate?
Africa?
He is back from Africa.
And
Gotta
this,
like that national Christmas tree.
so he lit up the Christmas tree. Kamala also came out. Who should we play
wow.
first here?
Definitely
'cause-
Kamala and then Joe because I feel like
All
we're
right.
going to...
Here's Kamala. She came out of hiding yesterday.
I knew y'all were in town. I couldn't let it go without coming by to say hello. And to say thank you to everyone here, all of these extraordinary leaders. I wanted to come by and say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you may celebrate. But most important, let's make sure we celebrate each other.
Oh, yeah. Let's make sure we celebrate each other.
Talk
It's
about
a-
Pete Hegseth's drinking problem.
Yes.
She seems to be drunk every time we see her.
No
lately.
doubt about that. There's some
Wow.
there is some substance that is affecting her.
Coursing through those veins.
Yes. Yep.
Might not be booze, although it probably is, but
Something.
yeah.
Something. Yeah, there's substance going on in her body
Now, look,
right now.
And I'm not judging her for it, I'll tell you that.
No, of course. Far be it from you.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Well, I'm glad to see that she's on the mend after her ass kicking.
That's awesome. And Joe Biden last night at the Christmas tree lighting.
Oh, no.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Listen to this guy.
This Christmas tree lighting
Who's wearing the
is one
polar
of
bear
my wife
jacket?
Jill's favorite events.
Why
so
is she there?
truly regrets not being here tonight.
Does she?
She's on an international trip in Qatar.
Oh, my
United Arab Emirates,
gosh.
in Sicily, in order to promote women's health research. She sends her best wishes to all of you on behalf of Kamala and Doug. Where are Kamala and Doug? There you go.
There you go. There you go. There they are.
Welcome on behalf of them, welcome to the National Christmas Tree Lighting. Thank you. Mickey, all the artists are performing tonight. Special thanks to the Jones family.
Read it.
For their service and sacrifice in our military families.
Right. Okay.
Tonight, to help light this beautiful tree. Mickey,
He's gonna
will you
die
start
up
the
there.
countdown?
He's going to die up there.
All right, y'all, let's count down together, people.
Oh, my goodness. He's going to die.
So let me get this right. So he went to Africa.
Angola, yes.
Okay.
Now he came back to the United. Jill did not go with him.
Joe was at the White House busy doing Christmas stuff.
Taking care of this.
So, yeah, getting
Taking care of this stuff.
Yeah,
He comes back from Africa.
Right.
She leaves and goes international.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it.
That's how much she hates him. She won't even be on the same continent as him anymore.
They didn't even cross paths.
That is
what in the world.
I mean, it's not awesome. It's terrible that a marriage like that, that a loving marriage like that is falling apart.
I hate your respect for marriage, the institution of marriage is legendary. You're such a romantic that
I don't know that I appreciate your tone again.
He's practically a marriage counselor.
Almost.
Jeff Fisher.
Yeah. I mean, nobody, I think it's been said multiple times, nobody believes in the sanctity of marriage more than you do.
That's a fact.
Jeff Fisher.
You're right. That's a fact.
Nobody supports the institution of marriage
more than I do.
Jeff Fisher chewing the fat.
Don't know that I've ever said that. Anyway.
So I know this must hurt you.
It does. It does.
Hates him so much.
So much. She can't even stay on the same continent. That's amazing.
Can we see a side-by-side of Joe Biden last night? Because, boy, he was in prime form. There he is. There's this presidential...
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no, honey.
Oh, my.
Oh, honey.
Oh, wow.
What are we doing? It's a little cold and windy out there.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Holy shnikes.
That's a great side-by-side.
If you're listening to the audio version of the show, you're missing a treat.
Yes.
It's his hair doing...
Whatever that is.
Interesting things.
That is.
It's trying to do the Trump.
Yeah.
That's what it's trying. It's trying to do the Trump, but it's not working for him.
Good grief.
Holy cow.
He's a walking disaster. Well, shuffling disaster.
Yeah, he doesn't really walk anymore.
No, he does not walk.
Yeah.
Not a walker.
He shuffles and stumbles. That's what he does.
Mumbles and poops his pants.
Wow. It's been interesting to kind of review the damage that Joe Biden has done.
Oh, he's still doing.
To America, to the Democrat Party. It's pretty bad. You know that for the first time since Watergate, independents and Republicans outnumber Democrats. Democrats fell to third.
Wow.
So it's Republicans, independents, Democrats. And let's see, the actual breakdown is 35% for Republicans.
This is people who say they identify as?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
35% Republican. I think it's 33% independent and 31% for Democrats.
Wow.
That's amazing. He's done some serious, and so has Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
Oh, my gosh,
let's face it. People just don't like any
what a
of
shame
them.
we haven't seen them since the election.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you really wanted to?
No.
No.
I didn't even want to see her today doing her thing last night. I mean, go away.
I saw a photo of Kamala and Tampon Tim together, and I thought, oh, my gosh, I'm glad we don't have to see this every day anymore.
No kidding.
Oh, man. So... congratulations, Democrats.
Yeah, great job.
You got exactly what you deserve. And, you know, they're trying to blame all manner of different things and Joe Biden for this, whether it was her, whether it was Walz, whether it was Kamala Harris. Part of the problem, a big part of their problem, is their policies. Their policies are terrible. And they've brought America financial disaster. Okay,
Yep.
So their monetary policies with their Marxism have crushed us. Their social policies, you know, the climate change scam, Americans just aren't buying into it. That's why they've tried to make it the number one issue for 30 years now. They can't because we know better. Most Americans do.
We've let them get away with it, though. I mean, they continue to hammer it.
I know.
They continue to give money to support all of these climate change activist programs. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's amazing.
But there's that. There's the diversity, equity, and inclusion, the DEI stuff. We're done with it. They've doubled down on the weird sexual perversions they have.
Yeah, the DEI stuff, man. I tell you, it got canceled at University of Michigan.
How many companies, too?
Yeah, there's another school, Southwest Airlines. Every day is either a new college or a new company, like you say.
A lot of these universities are dropping the DEI stuff, but the people that they had in charge of the DEI office or whatever still is staying on. I find, deep in the stories they talk about whoever it is still staying on as a consultant.
Well, there have been companies that have eliminated that department entirely,
right?
Which is great to see. But Democrats, anti-God, anti-family, the globalism, the multiculturalism, the unchecked illegal immigration, and the policies that they've had in place for about 20 years now, because they used to be with Republicans on this. If you listen back, and we've played it many times, to what Bill Clinton used to say about immigration, even Chuck Schumer and idiots like that.
Even
Cankles. Yes. We haven't called her Cankles in a while, so
I know.
Thank you for bringing that
You're
back.
welcome. If she's going to run again, I got to bring it back.
Keep it fresh.
But putting America last, focusing so much on abortion, I mean, it's policy after policy as far as social issues that they're just out of step with Americans on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But you know who's going to fix that is David Hogg as your DNC chairman.
David Hogg. He would help a lot.
Put him in office.
He would help a lot.
Yeah.
And how about their policy of eternal wars now, too? That's a really weird situation. That's completely the opposite.
Well, they figured out how to make money off
of what it used to be in the Democrat Party. Yeah, but they are making money on it. But they love the forever wars. They used to hate people like Dick Cheney and Lindsey Graham, who were warmongers. Now they are the warmongers.
Sure are.
It's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Really incredible.
They're also big into Big Pharma now that they used to abhor.
Big Pharma?
Yes.
It's another one.
I mean, that's what happens when you got into bed. That's how Obamacare came to be. Something for everybody on the left and in the medical health insurance industry.
Obama was out babbling yesterday too, right? He had some big event going on. So
What's he pushing now?
I don't remember. It was some Obama Foundation. Yeah.
Well,
no doubt.
It's interesting. I mean, when you figure out how to, the adage "follow the money" applies universally.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
And when a party or a politician or fill in the blank figures out how to make money off of something, then voila, they've seen the light. Now they support the thing.
But if all of this is causing you to lose sleep, there might be a really great solution for you. It's called Beam's Dream Powder, and this helps me get to sleep faster, stay asleep longer. It can do the same for you. It's a science-backed, healthy hot cocoa for sleep, and it will change the way you sleep. It's delicious. It's guilt-free with flavors like sea salt caramel, brownie batter, cinnamon, cocoa. And here's a great thing. Just 15 calories and 0 sugar per serving. And it's all natural. It combines reishi with magnesium and melatonin and other natural ingredients. And with everything going on in the world and things happening during the holidays, good sleep sometimes feels almost impossible.
No doubt about it.
Beam Dream makes it easy for you.
But only 15 calories.
15 calories.
Okay,
and I know that's
it's a very important
main point for you.
Yes, a very important point.
I know. And so you're in luck here. Just mix it into hot water or milk, froth it up, sip it before bed. Right now, you can get 50% off during Beam's Cyber Monday sale, which is still going on even on Friday. Go to shopbeam.com/Pat, shop BEAM, shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code PAT to take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Don't miss it.
Mr. Cratchit.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Did you see Esquire magazine, their latest embarrassment? They're trying to defend Joe Biden's pardon of his son, Hunter.
Oh no!
They're making the case that everybody's done this. Remember when George H.W. Bush pardoned his own son Neil Bush?
Yeah.
I don't, because it didn't happen. Did not happen. So it was completely made up.
That certainly sound. I remember the controversy over Neil.
Yeah, there was a Neil
savings
thing.
and loan thing, right?
It's just that he never got pardoned by his dad.
That's awesome.
So he's
love that.
part of the Hunter D. Butts.
Right.
Yes.
So Hunter D. Butts and Neil Bush, they both got pardoned.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
I mean, Neil Bush actually existed, or did he?
Or
did he?
Has he ever been president? No. Suddenly there's a Bush who hasn't been president?
I will say
Don't
this.
let that get out.
Remember the controversy. It's all coming back to me now. I mean, after Neil had his savings and loan controversy, he wasn't in any of the family pictures either. You know, when they had the Bush, when all they had the, stay out the Bushes and all of that, and we had Jeb and George and H.W. Neil was, if he was there, he was back over there in the porch because he wasn't in the pictures.
He's taking the picture.
Yeah.
It's so great. Also, a Saudi zillionaire. I don't know how much money the guy has. I think $1 zillion.
Yeah.
It's
probably.
Maybe it's a zillion or gazillion. I can't remember, but he has offered Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah,
yes, 700. Yes,
$700 million to do a rematch with Jake Paul. But he'd have to knock out Jake Paul in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, he said this time it has to be a real fight.
A real fight.
Oh my gosh!
So there's no way that they could say yes to that because then they admit that it wasn't real.
There you go.
But
he just trained harder this time.
If somebody offers you $700 million, wouldn't you get in the ring and try it? I'm pretty sure I would.
So what's in it for Jake Paul? Do we know?
It doesn't say.
What if he wins?
And what if he doesn't get knocked out in the first
that's what I'm saying.
3 minutes?
What is in it for him?
Then what would the payoff be? I would love them to work this out somehow.
Yes.
I would love to see that. A real fight, because obviously that wasn't.
He
never once threw an uppercut.
What?
Terrible. Terrible. I'm saying it wasn't real.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.